Okay, AJ, this story here, like, I found this interesting. This is just like a bizarre medical condition that has to be like just awful. So this girl has an incredibly rare condition that makes her sneeze 12,000 times a day.
Oh, that is too much.
It
She's
says
way.
what
She must lose weight.
whether it says whether you're suffering from a cold, your allergies are flaring up, or something has simply tickled your nose. A sneeze is probably going to blast itself out of your nose. We all do this. So does this teenage girl, but the problem is she just doesn't stop. Poor Caitlin Thornley finds herself relentlessly reaching for a tissue as she simply cannot stop the sneezes. The schoolgirl says the bizarre medical condition is surprisingly painful as her body is constantly bracing for the next gust flying out of her nostrils, even throughout the night as she still sneezes in her dreams. At the age of 12, she suddenly began sneezing while walking out of a clarinet lesson at her school in Texas, explaining how it's kind of started like little spurts and thought it would soon come to a stop, but it never did. The youngster claimed the strange problem only got worse, seeing her sneeze up to 20 times a minute, which adds up to a whopping 12,000 times a day. She told ABC News it was just a few sneezes here and there, but by the time I went to bed, I had sneezed 30 times that night. In the following weeks, her sneezing sprees began to last for up to 15 minutes at a time, meaning Caitlin could barely finish a sentence. She ended up having to stop attending school and gave up playing clarinet for the band due to the bizarre condition. Her mom, Erica Hodges, said she can't really go to school or do anything normal. She can't eat well. She has to sip. She can't drink. It's affected everything. Medics at Texas Children's Hospital in Houston tried to get to the bottom of the puzzling sneezing situation and what had caused it, but they were pretty baffled by the unique case. Sharing his suspicions, Dr. Merid Parnes said she had kind of a funny feeling that she described in her nose, and that piece of her history is very common for ticks. Caitlin had seen 6 doctors when her story uh, went public in September of 2015, who had all ruled out allergies and the presence of a virus, leaving them stumped. Her parents were growing increasingly concerned about their daughter's relentless sneezing and the mystery cause of it. The girl's dad, Travis, recalled a time where Caitlin had an episode which lasted for 45 minutes straight. According to the Guinness World Records, the longest sneezing fit is 976 days. So you can
No.
imagine. So, yeah, that's crazy. So you can imagine the panic the family felt when something set her off. Travis said she was screaming in pain a couple of times, and all I can do is just hold her tight and wait for her to go to sleep. It's hard to watch. Anything you talk to her about that irritates her, you can see it spike and continuous sneezing. But Travis and Erica still held out hope that someone would come forward and offer up answers about Caitlin's condition. The teenager only got a bit of peace from sneezing when she finally falls asleep, and she has to take Benadryl and listen to the Beatles to go to sleep. Sometimes I wish I could leave my body for a little while so I could watch myself sleep, the youngster said, because even in my dreams I sneeze. Despite
Mhm.
eight years having passed, there has been no official update on Caitlin's sneezing habit. I mean, I can't imagine. It's almost one of those things because, like, sneezing, like, if you have like a sneezing fit where you do like just like sneeze a lot, like in a minute, like it does start to make you feel a little like sore and stuff.
Yeah, lightheaded.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if her like I don't know, like heart skipping beats and stuff. She sneezes so much. I don't know. It just seems like it can't be healthy.
That sounds like hell, man. Like I don't know how she even sleeps. I had this. This is in Texas. I lived in Texas. I don't know what part she lives in, but if she lives near Houston, then I think like there's
That's
chemical.
what it says.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of cancerous and dangerous factories in Southeast Houston. The air travels. It's not as I don't think it's as bad as in Northwest Houston, but I think it travels there anyway. You know, the wind carries it, and yeah. So all of Houston is just there's so many like problems. Like the cancer rate is high over there. It's just all that industrialized area is really bad for these people. And I had fits of coughing that would last up to 10 minutes, like straight, just coughing for 10 minutes. And this happened for like over 6 months. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how common it is, but it's happened to me. You know, like something like that has happened to me. So I don't know. It might just be where she lives.
It does sound like it's something that maybe affected her nervous system.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, you might be right. It could be a chemical exposure, like totally messed up her nervous system and caused this. But God, what a nightmare, man. There was like in college, I remember. I don't know if I got whooping cough or what, but a similar thing where I was coughing like nonstop for like 6 months. It was
Yeah.
just like would not go away. It was
Huh.
awful.
Okay. Good. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, I couldn't go on dates. Like it was just nuts, man. Like you can't do that in front of people. You can't get cough for like 10 minutes straight, or else you seem like you have a terminal illness.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, man, this some bitch is dying. But yeah, I read that headline. I'm like, man, I just feel so sorry for this girl. It's like, what an awful existence.
Yeah. How old was
Like,
she?
hope.
Or is she?
I think it said she was 12 when she got it, and that
Jeez.
was like 8 years ago. So she's
Man.
probably about 20.
God, almost a decade of this? That's torture.
Yeah. Might just be something she's stuck with for the rest of her life, but man, that's just, I can't imagine. It's got to be
Yeah.
awful. And yeah, like they were saying, like, how hard would it be to actually like eat a meal and drink something when you're like, it's always in between sneezes?
Yeah, you can't even have a conversation.
Right. Yeah. I just like, man, what a nightmare. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, AJ, we're pretty close to the hour mark. Should we wrap things up?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. Well, everybody, we thank you very much for following along with our nonsense. If you will, please follow us on the YouTube channel, and you can also subscribe in audio form on your podcast catcher of choice. Please leave us thumbs up, positive reviews, comments down below. If you like, you can follow me on Twitter/X at Zach Jones Live. That's ZachJonesLive. And that'll do it for all of our shenanigans and poppycock this week. Please, please, please tune in again next week. Bye, guys.
Take care.